The African sun hammers down on the cracked earth, turning the air into a shimmering curtain of heat. It is high noon, and the savannah feels like an oven. Dust hangs suspended in the air, refusing to settle. Everything is quiet. Too quiet. The only sound is the rhythmic crunching of dry grass and the heavy, thudding impact of massive feet against the hard ground. A massive herd is on the move. These are not just animals. They are moving mountains of gray muscle and wrinkled skin. They walk with a slow, deliberate purpose. A rhythm that has existed for thousands of years. In the center of this moving gray mass, a tiny figure stumbles along. The calf is small, barely reaching the knees of the surrounding giants. It is clumsy. The trunk swings wildly, not yet fully under control. The little one tries to keep up, taking 3 steps for every single stride of the adults. The dust kicks up around the small legs, coating the dark skin in a layer of fine red powder. This little creature is the heart of the herd, the precious cargo that must be protected at all costs. But the savannah is never truly empty, and it is never safe. Shadows move in the tall, golden grass. Shapes shift and glide low to the ground, blending in perfectly with the dry vegetation. The predators are here. A pride of lions has been trailing the convoy for miles, waiting for a slip-up, waiting for a gap, waiting for the little one to fall behind. The cats are patient. They move like ghosts, silent paws placing carefully between twigs to avoid snapping them. The golden eyes are locked onto the small, stumbling calf. In the center dot, the wind shifts. That is all it takes. The breeze carries the scent of musk and predator. Across the open plain dot suddenly, the rhythm of the march breaks. The led elephant stops dead in its tracks. The massive ears flare out like sails catching a sudden gale. The trunk goes up, the tip swiveling like a periscope, testing the air, pulling in the scent of danger. A low, vibrating rumble starts deep in the chest of the leader, a sound so low it is felt more than heard. It travels through the ground, vibrating up through the feet of every member of the group. The message is instant. The chill vibe is gone. It is go time. The reaction is a masterpiece of coordination. There is no panic, only precision. The giants stop walking forward and immediately start turning inward. They know the drill. This is not a random scramble. This is military tactics. The adults swing the massive bodies around, hindquarters pushing in toward the center, tusks facing outward. They are building a wall, a living, breathing fortress. The calf is nudged roughly, but quickly into the dead center of the circle. The little one looks confused, eyes wide, turning around to see nothing but a wall of gray legs and tails. The adults close the gaps. Shoulder presses against shoulder. There is no way in. The fortress is sealed. The lions realize the element of surprise is blown. The cover is blown. The predators rise from the grass, abandoning the stealth mode. There are 5 of them, lean, hungry, and desperate. They fan out, circling the gray fortress, looking for a weak point, looking for an opening in the armor. The air gets heavy with tension. The flies buzz around the eyes of the elephants, but the giants do not blink. The focus is absolute. The lions pace back and forth, low growls bubbling up from throats. They are testing the waters, trying to spook the herd, trying to make someone flinch. One lion feints a charge, rushing forward a few steps before stopping, kicking up dust, trying to provoke a reaction. The elephants do not budge. The wall holds firm. The heat intensifies. The dust cloud thickens as the lions circle, paws patting softly on the baked earth. The predators are looking for an angle, but all they see are tusks. Sharp, curved ivory pointed straight at them. It is a standoff. The immovable object meets the unstoppable hunger. The lions are bold, maybe too bold. The hunger is making them reckless. One of the lions gets too close, sniffing at the flank of a younger elephant on the perimeter. That is a mistake. That is a violation of the safe zone. The mood shifts from defensive to aggressive in a heartbeat. The patience of the herd evaporates. The largest elephant, the matriarch, the boss of this entire operation, decides the line has been crossed. The giant steps out of the formation. The movement is sudden and terrifyingly fast for a creature of that size. The earth shakes as the weight shifts. The ears flap forward aggressively, making the giant look twice as big. A deafening trumpet blast shatters the silence of the plains, a sound so loud it physically hurts the ears. The matriarch charges. It is not a bluff. It is a full send attack. The dust explodes outward as the massive legs drive into the ground. The trunk is tucked in. The tusks are lowered like lances. The target is the lead lion. The predator's eyes go wide. The arrogance vanishes instantly, replaced by pure terror. A cat might be the king of the jungle, but out here, physics wins. And the elephant has the weight advantage by a few tons. The lion scrambles, claws digging frantically into the dirt for traction, trying to change direction, trying to get out of the way of the gray locomotive. The elephant is closing the distance with terrifying speed. The ground trembles. The other lions scatter, the unity of the hunting party breaking apart instantly. It is every cat for itself now. The matriarch does not stop. The beast chases the intruder, kicking up a massive cloud of red dust that swallows the scene. The lion barely escapes, tail tucked between legs, sprinting for the cover of some distant acacia trees. The elephant pulls up, skidding to a halt, turning to face the rest of the scattered pride. The giant shakes the massive head, tusks slicing through the air, daring any of the others to try something. Another trumpet blast rings out, warning everyone within 5 miles that this area is closed for business. The remaining lions get the memo. They back off, hissing and snarling, but retreating. They know when they are beaten. They know when the meal isn't worth the medical bill. The predators slink away, disappearing back into the tall grass, hungry and humbled. The threat level drops. The adrenaline starts to fade, but the herd does not relax yet. The matriarch stands guard, watching the grass, waiting to make sure the coast is clear. The heavy breathing of the elephants is the only sound now. The dust begins to settle, coating the gray skin in a fresh layer of grit. The heat waves continue to shimmer. Slowly, very slowly, the formation loosens. The wall opens up. The calf peeks out from between the legs of the adults. The little one is safe. The baby takes a tentative step forward, reaching out with the small trunk to touch the leg of the matriarch. The leader turns, the aggression melting away instantly. The trunk comes down, gentle and soft, checking the calf, smelling for injuries, reassuring the little one. It is a tender moment in the middle of a harsh world. The herd regroups. The signal to move is given. A low rumble passes through the group again. Let's roll. The journey continues. The giants turn back to the path, falling back into that slow, rhythmic walk. The calf stumbles back into the middle, surrounded by the family, surrounded by the most powerful security detail on the planet. The sun continues to beat down. The savannah goes quiet again. The drama is over, but the lesson is clear. You can mess with the wild, but you do not mess with the family. The gray mountains move on, fading into the heat haze, leaving nothing behind but footprints and a very clear message to anyone watching. The cycle continues. The walk continues. The survival game never stops. But for today, the score is elephants. 1. Lions. 0. The distance grows between the camera and the herd. The gray shapes become smaller, turning into silhouettes against the shimmering horizon. The heat creates a mirage, making it look like they are walking on water. The dust trail lingers in the air, a long ribbon marking the path. The perspective shifts to the ground where the confrontation happened. The dirt is churned up. Deep gouges from the lion's claws mark the spot where the predator realized it made a bad choice. The heavy, round imprints of the elephant's feet are stamped over the top of the paw prints. It is a story written in the dirt. The silence of the afternoon returns. A vulture circles high overhead, disappointed that there is no meal to scavenge today. The scavenger drifts on the thermal currents, waiting for a different tragedy. Down below, the insects start buzzing again. The rhythm of the bush resets. Far away, the lions regroup under the shade of a lone tree. They are panting, ribs heaving. They look at each other. There is no coordination now, just the shared exhaustion of a failed hunt. They lick the dust from their fur. They watch the distant gray blobs moving away. They will have to find something easier to catch. Maybe a zebra. Maybe a wildebeest. But definitely not that fortress again. Back with the herd, the mood has lightened. The tension has bled out of the muscles. The tails are swishing again, swatting at flies. The younger elephants, the teenagers of the group, start to interact a bit, bumping into each other, blowing dust with trunks. They are hype. They saw what the boss did. They saw the power. It is a learning moment. They are learning how to be a wall. They are learning how to stand ground. The calf trundles along, oblivious to how close the call actually was. To the little one, it was just a lot of noise and a bunch of legs. The calf finds a dry branch and plays with it for a second before dropping it to catch up. The innocence is preserved because the defense was absolute.